And a good Monday afternoon. Welcome to LakinSports.com, Lakin Bronx Sports YouTube. I'm Brett Hendricks. Thanks for joining us for Lakin Bronx Baseball. We were supposed to be on the air 10 minutes ago, but having some trouble trying to get everything on the line, so I did not get a pregame interview with Coach Davidson today, and we'll, of course, talk to him after we're done this evening. But the season opener for both teams, the Syracuse Bulldogs and the Lakin Bronx. Bronx 9-12 the last time they hit the baseball diamond, and believe it or not, that was 2 years ago that these teams were able to play baseball, not only in Southwest Kansas, but in Kansas in general, thanks to that dirty COVID-19 virus a year ago that scrapped all the spring sports for all schools in Kansas. The coaches are meeting at the home plate, and we're getting set for baseball here this afternoon, the Bronx and the Bulldogs. And I apologize, I'm a little bit unorganized here. You would think I've been doing this enough years to have this figured out. This is the 61st meeting between these two teams. The Bronx own a 56-4 record against the Bulldogs all time. And I'm not going to talk about the Bronx winning streak over Syracuse because I'm one of those that don't like to bring things up to jinx it. So we're not even going to bring that up. We'll wait and see what happens during these ball games before we talk about any streaks or any winning streaks or anything like that. But the Bronx, this is the 25th year of Bronx baseball, although it took 26 years to get here. But nonetheless, a special year for Bronx baseball. Actually, the 25th year matching the number on the back of Coach Steve Davidson standing at home plate. And Coach Steve Davidson has been the coach for all 25 years, so how ironic. Coach Davidson wearing number 25 in year 25 of Lakin Bronx baseball. A lot of great memories, and I'll tell you what, sitting here next to Kim Lohman, we may have to just put a microphone on Kim. We'll talk about baseball history while we're going here, but baseball's been quite a tradition in 25 years here for Lakin High School, and a lot of great memories. I know Kim can attest to it. Her sons played baseball here. My oldest son played baseball here as well, so a lot of great memories here at Laux Park here in Lakin, and the grass is green. The red dirt is raked and ready to go. It's a beautiful sight, and I'll tell you what, opening day, no matter what, is a great thing. I don't care if we're playing T-ball, if we're playing Major League Baseball, opening day is opening day. They're still meeting at home plate, and before we get things started tonight, there will be a national anthem played before we get things started, and a ceremonial first pitch. And I got a couple stories about that when we get set for that as well. We've got a lot of great sponsors that make LakinSports.com possible. We're going to take a break and let you hear from one of them. And those of you that are watching with us, please thank the sponsors for all they do for LakinSports.com, because believe me, without them, we wouldn't be here. And we thank them so much. We'll be back right after this.
Home improvements that have had to wait. The dream vacation your family deserves. Even college tuition. Garden City State Bank can help you make it all happen now, not someday. With a home equity line of credit, you can borrow up to 90% of the value of your home, and the interest may be tax deductible. Plus, there are no closing costs, no application fees, and no annual fees. A fast, easy, convenient home equity line of credit from Garden City State Bank, a branch of the Kearney County Bank. Subject to credit approval, equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Flashback to the days of Bebop and Bobby Sox at Flashback's Diner, Highway 50, Lakin. Fantastic burgers, Coney and Chicago hot dogs, Philly, steak, BLT, and chicken sandwiches, along with ice cream treats like the traditional banana split, sundaes, shakes, malts, and cones. Dine in or carry out. Flashback to the days of Bebop and Bobby Sox at the one and only fantastic Flashback's Diner, Highway 50, Lakin.
And welcome back to LakinSports.com. As we do for traditional opening day, these lineups will be introduced and they will line up and down their respective baselines. Then we will have the national anthem. So I'm going to be quiet here, and you can hear the public address announcer in the background.
25, Dominic Weiss. 24, Gunnar Upson. 35, Caden Upson. Number 9, Jaron Lubers. And 32, Gilberto Duran.
Kim, do you have a lineup?
Lineups for today's Lakin Bronx are number 31, Hunter Davis. Number 11, Alan Martinez. Number 2, Jace Bachman. Number 3, Matt Morgan. Number 4, Braden Fisher. Number 5, Ty Davidson. Number 12, Lawson Beamer. Number 33, Bodie McCormick. And number 1, Cade Lovelady. Please join us in honoring America by standing towards the flag for our national anthem.
And we are set for baseball here at Lakin's Laux Park. The Lakin Bronx and the Syracuse Bulldogs. And before we get set here, one more special announcement, and we'll be set.
We're ready. For our first pitch tonight, please welcome Brody Ghosh.
Ceremonial first pitch.
John Ghosh and Scott Wilkinson, with the cooperation of Lakin AD Ed Kramer, approached the Board of Education about starting a baseball program for Lakin High School. The board approved the program, and it started in the 1995-96 school year. Today, the first pitch was thrown out by Lieutenant Brody Ghosh of the Kansas Highway Patrol. Lieutenant Ghosh is the tactical commander of the West Region Special Response Team. Lieutenant Ghosh was a junior on Lakin's first baseball team. During Brody's senior year, the team earned a trip to state baseball tournament in Emporia. Brody was a pitcher and shortstop on that team. Please thank Lieutenant Brody Ghosh for his service when you get a chance.
And Brody with the ceremonial first pitch. Brody, a graduate of 1997, and a little bit of history for Lakin baseball. Brody picked up the first ever win back in 1996 over the Ulysses Tigers in the first ever win for Lakin High School baseball. So thank you, Brody. The ceremonial first pitch to start our 25th season of Lakin Bronx baseball. Kim, I haven't completely stolen your book here.
That's all right. We're quite ready. When we are, I'll steal it back.
And in between innings, I'll get Lakin's from you. Once again, want to welcome everybody to Lakin Bronx Sports YouTube. And Nate asked me the other day if it was still lakinsports.com, but we still have the lakinsports.com website that we hope it keeps everybody up to date on what's going on at Lakin High School with all the activities. Jace Bachman on the mound for the Bronx. In 2019, he was 3-3 with a 7.76 ERA.
To the plate to lead off, number 1, Joe Mitchell.
And he'll
Boa on deck, Diaz in the hole.
face the leadoff batter, Joe Mitchell, the catcher for Syracuse. And here's the first pitch of the 2025 season, and it's on the outside edge for strike one. And we are underway. Good to be back playing baseball. Breaking pitch missed high from Jace. Count evens at 1 ball, 1 strike. And that delivery right down the heart, and it's strike 2. 1-2 the count to the leadoff batter, Joe Mitchell. Enrique Gamboa, the center fielder, waits on deck. Here's the wind and the pitch from Bachman. And got him looking. And that's one away in the inning.
Strike 3 by number 2, Jace Bachman. Up to plate, Enrique Gamboa.
Enrique Gamboa, the center fielder, batting from the right-hand side. Nobody on, 1 out. We're just underway here in the top of the first inning.
Can you go minus, yeah?
Bachman from the wind and starts him off with strike 1. Bronx 2 years ago, 9-12. They were 7-3 in the High Plains League. Bachman 3-3 2 years ago. He had 47 strikeouts, 18 walks, and had a 7.76 ERA. Count is 0-2. Bachman looks in for the sign. And here's the 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss.
Strike 3.
And 2 up, 2 down.
In the inning by Jace Bachman.
And that brings up the third baseman, Uriel Diaz. The third baseman. Got a stiff wind coming in from the south. You can probably hear it blowing some papers. Breaking pitch, fouled straight back and out of play. 0-1 the count.
Please return foul balls to the concession stand. 1/4 is your reward.
Except for they need to come here. We could leave it, that'd be better to leave it down there. Okay, do I have everything?
Bachman from the line. Here's the 0-1 pitch.
Okay, 2 strikes now.
And now it's 0-2. Bachman with some great control here in the early going.
To add 1, so we have 9 pitches now.
The wind, the 0-2 pitch, just a little high.
10 and ball 1.
And ball 1, 1-2 the count. Nobody on, 2 outs. We're in the top of the first. Outfield playing straight away for the Bronx. Wind blowing in from right field. And a breaking pitch froze Diaz.
3 by Jace Bachman.
And Jace sets him down in order. 3 up, 3 down, and 3 strikeouts. After 1/2 inning, Syracuse nothing. The Bronx coming up. We'll be back right after this. You're watching Bronx Baseball. We'll be back right after this.
Some commercials make it really tempting to buy cheap insurance. That's great if price is the only thing that's important to you. The agency believes cost is important, but protection is what you're really paying for. Rely on the agency to build the policy that protects your property at a price you can afford. Call the agency today at 620-355-6789.
Welcome back to LakinSports.com. Brett Hendricks with you. Thanks for joining us here on Lakin Bronx Sports YouTube. And we go to the bottom of the first innings. Syracuse scoreless in the first half. And here's who the Bronx will send to the plate here in the bottom half of the first inning. Leading off for Lakin, will be Hunter Davis, the center fielder. He'll be followed by Alan Martinez. Batting third, pitcher Jace Bachman. Batting in the cleanup spot, right fielder Matt Morgan. In left field, Braden Fisher. Batting sixth at second base, Ty Davidson. I'll tell you what, Kim, you're going to get this headset before we're done because I'm already screwing this up. At third base, batting seventh, Lawson Beamer. At first base, batting eighth, Bodie McCormick. And batting ninth, the catcher, Cade Lovelady. There we go.
Don't you dare do it. I thought you were going to write something down. Did you get it all?
Of course not.
Okay.
We'll get it. You know what? This is a work in progress. Every time I turn this headset on, everything, I never know what's going to come up.
Okay.
I guess I need Jared up here. He bailed me out during basketball season. I need him up here to take up the slack here in baseball season as well. On the hill for Syracuse, Gunnar Upson. And
Okay.
And coming to the plate for the Bronx, Hunter Davis. Davis 2 years ago, a .364 hitter. Had 12 hits, drove in 12, had 2 doubles. And he takes strike one. Davis batting from the left side. Here's the wind in the 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss, and Davis down 0-2 just like that.
Hey, we're both a little bit low. Come on, Hunter.
Here's the wind and the 0-2 pitch. Over the head of Davis. He ducks out of the way. Brings the count 1 ball, 2 strikes. And the 1-2 breaking pitch stays upside for 2-2.
2-2.
We're in the bottom of the first, no score. Ups and winds the 2-2 pitch, and line shot past the second baseman into center field. And the first hit of the season for the Bronx belongs to Hunter Davis.
Hunter Davis with the line at the middle. Alan Martinez up to bat. Bachman on deck. Morgan in the hole.
Brings up Alan Martinez. Alan, a .246 hitter 2 years ago. Kind of weird to not say last year, but this last time the Bronx were on the field, and Davis running on the first pitch will steal it easily.
Hunter Davis with the stolen base.
Okay, what was that pitch? A ball.
Pitch is low in the dirt. 2-0 the count to Alan Martinez.
That's 7 pitches. More, get off.
Upson checks the runner. Pitch fouled straight back. Count goes 2-1. Kim, where are you going?
I still duck. I still duck.
Ball fouled straight back. You know, one of these years, though, I'm not going to flinch, and that thing's going to come right through the screen and hit me right in the nose. I guarantee it. But I had the window down right now, so it wouldn't have got me. Davis with a good lead at second. Second baseman trying to hold him on. 2-1 pitch is outside, and the count goes 3-1 to Alan Martinez. Jace Bachman waits on deck.
It was such a beautiful day, and then the silly wind had to come up for the ball game. Last week, as cold as it was, I sure was hoping we would get some.
From the stretch, 3-1 pitch, low and in the dirt, gets past Mitchell, And Hunter Davis will go to third on the wild pitch. Alan Martinez to first on the base on balls. And the Bronx
Runner on first.
with runners at the corners. That brings up Jace Bachman. Bachman, the last time we saw him, he was a 387 hitter, had 24 hits, drove in 18, had 6 doubles and 1 home run. And Bachman in an RBI situation here. Martinez with a huge lead at first base. And Martinez running on the first pitch. And will steal it without a throw.
Alrighty. Still no catches.
Bachman advances on the play.
Alan Martinez.
See, I don't even know what I'm talking about.
Jace Bachman standing in, bats from the right side. Now has 2 runners in scoring position. First pitch outside for ball 1.
Let's make this as easy as we can. What do you say?
Ball one, yeah. Because I used, when I announced, I'd go strike 1, strike 2, and then, no, don't do that, just announce batters. That's what the umpires told me.
Upson looks in, and the 1-0 pitch is high and outside for ball 2. Bachman with a chance with nobody out here in the bottom of the first to put the Bronx on the scoreboard. There's a line shot into right center field, and it will fall for a hit. Davis up the line, he will score. Bachman rounding first, he'll go to second and stand up with the 2-run double as Alan Martinez crosses the plate.
Okay, where's my score? Okay, probably where it says home score.
Number 3, Matt Morgan up to bat. Fisher on deck. Davidson in the hole.
Yeah, I think score. Home score. Okay.
Bronx on the board 2-0.
I don't know how to put that on.
Runner at second in scoring position for Matt Morgan. Morgan, the left-hander, playing right field today, takes the first pitch high for ball 1. Morgan, a .452 hitter 2 years ago, had 28 hits. He scored 19 runs and drove in a team high 27. And has a chance here to drive in another one with Jace Bachman in scoring position. And we've got a meeting on the mound right off the bat. That'll give me a chance to write down a few more notes.
Yeah, it says inning, but I don't know.
Are they waiting for us?
No, the coach is out there talking.
The infielders are going to meet out in the shortstop area.
I cannot remember.
Coach's meeting still going on the mound as the umpire goes out to break it up.
Your loudspeaker. Nate,
Got the phone call quicker.
okay. If he'll pay attention to it.
Hey, can you pop up to the booth real quick? Hey, Nate. Hey, can you pop up to the booth?
And I should know how to do that.
Can't figure out how to add a score. I can't get it either.
And right now they're just,
Phone.
Throw back to second. Bachman back to the bag safely.
yeah. And there's only 14. 14? Yeah. Yeah,
Oh, no, that's
Pitch to Morgan and a line shot into right field. Right fielder will snag it on the hop. Runners held at third. Mitchell will field the wild throw past the first baseman, allowing Morgan to go to second.
so far so good. Keep it in center. Number 4, Braden.
And that'll bring up Braden Fisher.
Davidson on deck. Beamer in the hole.
Yep, that's what I have.
We have 2 on
Two runners in scoring position. First pitch to Fisher is outside for ball one. Still nobody out in the bottom of the first. Bronx with two across, looking to push two more across with two in scoring position here. Fisher, a .236 hitter. The last time the Bronx were on the field, and he fouls that one back, and the count even, 1 ball, 1 strike. Gunnar Upson looks in. Here's the 1-1 pitch. That's outside for ball two. Two one pitch, swing and a miss, and the count even to Braden Fisher. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Upson from the stretch. Here's a 2-2 pitch. Fisher swing and a miss, and he's down on strikes for out number 1.
Swung at and missed. Ty Davidson comes up to the plate. Beaver on deck. McCormick in the hole.
Brings up Ty Davidson, the second baseman. Davidson, a .214 hitter. And takes pitch number 1 for ball 1.
But we're not 2 outs. We're 1 out, right? 1 out and 1 ball, right?
Pitch from Upson in the dirt.
And 22 pitches.
Off the catcher Mitchell, but not far enough to score Bachman. And it's 2-0. Bronx with 3 hits in the inning. Syracuse with an error. Upson's pitch way outside for ball 3. And a 3-0 pitch low and in the dirt. And Davidson with a 4-pitch walk. That loads up the bases for Lawson Beamer. Breaking pitch. Beamer taking all the way, takes it for strike 1. And the 0-1 pitch taken upstairs, 4 ball 1. Count even 1-1. Bronx 1 out here in the bottom of the first. Bases are loaded. 2 runs across. Bodie McCormick stands on deck. Here's the 1-1 pitch to Beamer. And taken at the knees for strike 2.
27.
Bachman, a runner at third. Matt Morgan at second. Ty Davidson at first base. Here's the 1-2 pitch to Lawson. Check swing, fouls it up the first base side. Played on the short hop by assistant coach Taylor Lovelady.
A foul ball is not a strike 3.
No, it's not.
Count remains 1 ball, 2 strikes. And Lawson fouls that one straight back and out of play. Count remains 1 ball, 2 strikes. The outfield for Syracuse, Luis Perez in left field, Enrique Gamboa in center, Dominic Weiss in right field. Outfield playing straight away. Temperature 84 degrees at first pitch. Wind from the south-southwest at about 20 miles per hour. That's typical Southwest Kansas. We know how to play in it. Here's the 1-2 pitch. And Beamer down on strikes. 4-2 away.
Strike three call on the Bronx. That brings up number 33, Bodie McCormick. Lovelady
To
on
bring
deck,
up the first
Davis.
baseman, Bodie McCormick. Bodie batting from the right side. Bodie, a freshman at Lakin High School, so he has no stats from 2 years ago like a lot of the players before him. So his first official at bat here, bases loaded, bottom of the first, and takes the first pitch low for ball one. Cade Lovelady, the catcher, in the on-deck circle. Eighth batter to come to the plate in this inning. Here's the 1-0 pitch, low, and it's ball two. Dug nicely by the catcher, Joe Mitchell. Bronx have them loaded. 2 outs here in the bottom of the first.
Come on, Bodie.
Upson's pitch, swing and a miss, and the count 2-1. Foul tipped. 4 strike 2. Foul tipped into the glove. Count evens 2 balls, 2 strikes. Third baseman Uriel Diaz playing at the edge of the grass. And a timeout called at the plate. Upson back on the rubber, looks in for the sign. And here's the 2-2 pitch. Low and outside, dug by the catcher. And the count will be full. And the runners will be going on the pitch.
34? I think 35, but because he had 2 foul balls and they count as pitches, even though they don't count as balls and strikes.
Runners will be off on the pitch. A shot in the gap could score all 3. Upson from the stretch. Line shot foul up the third base line. Count remains 3 balls, 2 strikes as the runners retreat back to the respective bases.
If you do 30 pitches, you don't have to wait any days. 31 to 45, you have to wait a day before you can in a game.
Gunnar Upson looking in for the sign from his catcher.
Can you top out?
I don't think you can go after.
Payoff pitch, swung on and missed. And that'll do it for the Bronx in the first.
That is strike three call.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33.
For the Bronx in that half inning, they do pick up 2 runs on 3 hits. There was 1 Syracuse error. And the Bronx
Yeah, 37, which is what I told you.
strand 3.
Yeah, take 1 off.
So after 1 complete, the Bronx lead it by the score of 2-0. We're going to take a timeout. I'm still trying to figure out our new scoreboard system here. And we'll be back after this. You're watching Bronx Baseball.
At Farm Bureau, we make it easy to protect the important things, like your home, family, and future.
I'm Farm Bureau Agent Nikki Harrison Lakin, and I make insurance simple. One policy lets you combine and save when you protect your home, cars, motorcycle, all your toys. And one deductible can cover everything if you have a loss. I can show you how simple insurance can be. Contact me, Nikki Harris, your local Farm Bureau agent today.
Farm Bureau makes insurance simple.
We go to the top of the second inning. Bronx lead the Bulldogs by the score of 2-0. Brett Hendricks with you. Thanks for joining me today for Bronx Baseball. The Lady Bronx softball team in action today as well. They're at Stanton County.
Here's the score from Stanton County.
And got a score update from Kim. Lakin up 6-2 after the first inning. So the Lady Broncs off to a good start down at Stanton County. And thank you to Kim for the update. And thanks to, I'm sure, Toby. Yeah. Leading it off for the Bulldogs will be the left fielder, Luis Perez. Will be followed by Dominic Weiss and Gunnar Upson. Chase Bachman back to the hill for his second inning of work. He sat him down in order in the first with 3 strikeouts. First pitch there, ball 1. A little high and away. Bachman from the wind. And a strike called at the knees. Count evens, 1 ball, 1 strike. Bachman looking in for the sign. Gets the sign he wants. That's outside. And it's 2-1.
Maybe Mrs. Long can scoot over to her right.
2 balls, 1 strike to count.
There you go. Now can you?
And that one on the outside edge evens the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
So 15 pitches. Wow. 2-2.
2-2 pitch, swung on and missed.
There he's strike.
And strikeout number 4 for the Bronc ace.
Swung on and missed. That brings up Dominic
And I
Weiss.
apologize, I had 2 outs up there already. Here's 1 out. That'll bring up Dominic Weiss, the right fielder. He'll be followed by Gunnar Upson. As the wind picks up a little bit here at Laux Park.
15 pitches.
A lot of dirt blowing at home plate right now. Weiss bats from the right side. First pitch low and away for ball 1. Leave it to the wind to always ruin a beautiful day.
Yes, dang it.
1-0 the count. Bachman from the wind. And that got him. The breaking pitch stayed inside.
Did it hit him?
Yeah, it got him.
Okay, so he hit by a pitch.
Yep.
And that counts as a pitch, so he takes his base.
Well, or unless they're saying it hit off the knob of the bat, maybe.
Well, if it hit the knob of the bat, then that's a strike.
That would be, that would be a strike and a foul ball. And he's going to stay in the box, so,
That's 1-1 then.
well, he's calling 2-0 the count.
Oh, 2-0? Well, that's silly, isn't it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's 18, okay.
Bachman follows that up with a strike. Don't know why they called that. Well, I've seen that too many times. 2-1 pitch,
Swinging.
swung on, and the count now even at 2 balls, 2 strikes.
That one right now, if I don't accidentally.
20 pitches.
That's what I have.
Bachman winds,
There.
and a swing and a miss,
21.
and that's 2 away in the inning.
Yep.
5th strikeout by Jace Bachman.
24's our batter.
Brings up the pitcher, Gunnar Upson.
21.
Upson batting from the right side. Bachman with the wind. And a strike just above the belt for strike 1. Seems like the wind is picking up. Swing and a miss. And Upson quickly down in the count 0-2. Bronx outfield center fielder Hunter Davis shaded just slightly over towards left. Bachman from the windup. Here's the 0-2 pitch. And a swing and a miss. And Bachman has mowed him down in order for 2 innings.
His 6th strikeout of the game.
For the Bulldogs in that half inning, no runs, no hits, nobody left. And no Bronc errors.
24.
After 1.5, it's the Bronx 2 and the Bulldogs nothing. We're taking a timeout. We'll be back right after this.
Love ladies up to bat. Okay.
At Lakin Drug, their mission is simple. They strive to provide professional pharmacy services with hometown hospitality. Lakin Drug's experienced staff leads with compassion and utilizes modern technology to fit all of your individual needs. Whether it's prescription medications or over-the-counter products, Lakin Drug has the answer to all of your questions. Lakin Drug at 610 O'Loughlin Street in Lakin is a proud supporter of the community of Lakin and Lakin schools. And we go to the bottom of the second inning with the Bronx leading the Bulldogs 2-0. Leading it off will be Cade Lovelady, the catcher. And then we're back to the top of the lineup for Hunter Davis and Alan Martinez. As we said in our short and abbreviated pregame, this is the 61st meeting between these two teams. Bronx owning a 56-4 record all time against the Bulldogs.
He's asked about pitch count. He thinks it's wrong.
What does he think it should be?
Stepping to the plate is number 1, Cade Lovelady. Hunter Davis on deck, Alan Martinez in the hole.
Cade Lovelady, the catcher, leads it off for the Bronx here in the bottom of the second inning. Lovelady batting from the right side. Gunnar Upson out for his second inning of work. And his first pitch is fouled straight back and out of play. 0-1 to count to Cade Lovelady.
Tell him we have experts.
He knows who's up here. Tell him if it's a question, he's on his own.
0-1 to count. And Lovelady reaching for that and misses. And he's down in the count 0-2.
What grade are you in? Okay, so can you count to 100 yet? Okay, well then you're perfect.
Upson from the wind. 0-2 pitch. Lovelady taking for ball 1. 1-2 the count.
Very good, very good. Yep, that's right.
Pitch swung on and missed. Lovelady down on strikes for 1 away.
Okay, so that's 40, you're right. Very
The
good.
plate is number 31, Hunter Davis.
Now Hunter Davis.
Martinez on deck, Bachman in the hole.
Hunter Davis, nobody on, 1 out here in the bottom of the second. Davis, with the first hit for the Bronx of this 2021 season, also scored the first run on the 2-run double by Jace Bachman. Batting from the left side, here's the wind and the pitch. It's upstairs for ball 1.
That was, yep,
1-0 the count.
41, very good. What's that? But no, it's a ball. They called it a ball.
Upson from the windup.
It's a good thing he didn't swing at it.
1-0 pitch to Davis. And a roller towards the first baseman. Caden Upson wins the race to the bag, and just like that, it's 2 away for Alan Martinez.
See that white base down there, home base? It has to come
3 unassisted on the play for 2 away. Alan Martinez walked and scored his first time up. Jace Bachman waits in the on-deck circle if Martinez can keep the inning alive for the Bronx.
you don't want to swing it.
A shaky first inning for Gunnar Upson. There's a little looper into right center field and will fall for a hit. And the first hit of the season for Alan Martinez.
Yeah, he did it, so that was good.
That'll bring up Jace Bachman. Bachman with the 2-run double his first time up.
Jace Bachman steps up to the plate. Morgan on deck, Fisher in the hole.
Well, it could only if you cross here. He has to go from there, over here, and here. Not yet, he hasn't. He just started there, but then he has to go all the way around.
Throw to first. Martinez back in time.
Yeah, he has to stay there unless somebody. Oh, that's too windy. That's too much area.
Bachman bats from the right side.
Well, he's gonna try to steal. He's gonna try to get to second. Oh, but see,
Throw over to first. Martinez diving back in safely once again.
he did. The wind just knocked him.
And the wind collects its first blown hat of the afternoon.
What's that? Yeah, he's for Syracuse.
Martinez with a good lead at first. Had a stolen base in the first inning.
Right.
Pitch by Upson. Called strike on the outside corner. And it's a one-strike count to Jace Bachman.
Nope, you're perfect.
Wind seems to be picking up more here at Laux Park. Martinez with a good lead. Upson glances over at him. Pitch is high for ball one. 1-1 to count. Matt Morgan on deck for the Bronx.
You getting the hang of it?
I'm getting the hang
All
of
right,
it.
very good.
Wait, so I switch on this when the other team is pitching?
Yeah, then we'll go, when Jace Bachman is pitching, then we'll go to that page. But this is Syracuse's page.
Martinez running on the pitch. Bachman taking for ball two. Martinez will steal it without a throw.
Also, like when they switch Jace and him.
Okay, I'm gonna count it.
2-1 to count to Jace Bachman.
2, 3, 4,
Bachman now with a runner in scoring position.
8, 9, 10, 11. So it should be 47. Go ahead and cross out 47. Yep, right.
Upson's 2-1 pitch. Low and in the dirt. Dug by Mitchell.
Oh no, you guys were right.
And the count 3-1
I thought Jason.
to Bachman.
So we just won't add any more after this. Okay. You're fine. No, you're good. You're good. Just keep on this one.
Martinez the runner at second. Shortstop Duran trying to hold him close. Here's a 3-1 pitch, and it's outside for ball four.
Put one there because that is a 48.
And that'll bring up Matt Morgan. Morgan with a single. He was one of three runners stranded in the first inning.
Because it was ball 4. And if you stand up there and they throw 4 balls that aren't very good to you, you get to
Bronx with runners at first and second. Matt Morgan batting from the right side.
And here's Matt Morgan.
Morgan with a line shot into right field. It'll land in front of the right fielder Weiss. Martinez around third. He will score. And the RBI single by Matt Morgan.
Yeah, well, he could go further, but he couldn't.
Bachman holds at second base. That'll bring up Braden Fisher. Fisher, a strikeout victim, his first time up. Bronx now lead at 3-0.
So, like, if another guy hit it for
He could run and score.
Upson with the pitch. Fisher swinging a miss.
Strike one.
And it's a strike one count.
Okay, this is Braden. If Braden hits the ball out there and nobody catches it,
Upson steps towards the runner at second. Bachman wasn't even off the bag. Now Fisher back in the box.
and then somebody else can hit them all over.
Upson looks back at the runner at second. Gets the sign from his catcher, Joe Mitchell. Wheels and fires to second. It's into center field as Bachman will advance to third. And Matt Morgan will go to second on the throwing error. Error on the pitcher allows the runners to advance 90 feet. At the plate, it's still an 0-1 count to Braden Fisher. Upson from the stretch. Pitch is high and inside for ball one. 1-1 the count to Braden. Upson the sign, the 1-1 pitch. That stays high for ball two. 2-1 to count. Jace Bachman, a two-out runner at third. Matt Morgan at second base. Base hit here by Fisher could score 2 more. Bronx already lead at 3-0. Upson's 2-1 pitch. And a high pop-up into left center field. Fielder's running, and it's off the glove of Perez. Bachman will score. Matt Morgan will score as Fisher stands at second base.
2-run score
That'll go as an error on the left fielder as it hit his glove. But 2 more runs score for the Bronx.
Where's that guy playing? I thought he was coach.
He is a coach. They just have to wear uniforms. That would be why I would never. Okay, are we good on the pitch count?
2 more runs score for the Bronx. They lead at 5-0 here in the bottom of the second inning.
Wait. So no.
Gunnar Upson from the stretch. Ty Davidson swing and a miss. He's down in the count 0-1. Ty, a base on ball is his first time up.
If he did this hitting, he can go.
Was stranded there in the bottom of the first.
Father, he can go.
0-1 pitch is low for ball 1. Lawson Beamer on deck for the Bronx. Upson looks in, 1-1 pitch, taken for a strike on the outside corner, and the count 1 ball, 2 strikes to Ty Davidson.
Wait, do we just do all these every line?
Fisher a big lead at second, and he's on his way on the pitch, and a strike 3 call on the outside corner, and that'll do it for the Bronx in their half of the second. But the Bronx add 3 more runs.
You were right. I'm going to count real fast. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Wait, are we changing players?
3 runs on 2 hits. They strand a base runner and a Syracuse error.
Two games or if he's hitting?
18, 19, 20.
And after 2 complete, the score: Lakin 5 and Syracuse nothing.
Put Jace up here now. Okay, third inning. Top of the third.
So he only got. Wait, who was him?
Okay, 3 runs on how many hits? 1 hit.
And after 2 complete, the Bronx lead at 5-0. We'll take a quick timeout. We'll be back right after this.
Refinance your auto loan at Golden Plains Credit Union. You could lower your current auto loan rate by 2% with no payments for up to 90 days. Rates can be as low as 3.25% annual percentage rate. This offer applies to loans financed from another lender. Think of all the money you could be saving every month. This is a limited time offer, so stop by and ask about refinancing your auto loan today. Golden Plains Credit Union. Life with a touch of gold. Member NCUA.
We go to the top of the third inning. Leading it off for the Bulldogs will be the first baseman, Caden Upson. He'll be followed by Jaron Lubers and Gilberto Duran. Bachman with the first pitch was in there for a strike. That one on the just outside for ball 1 and count even. 1 ball, 1 strike.
20. Yeah, you're right. 26. Good.
And that pitch is outside. 2-1 to count to Caden Upson. Bachman no trouble through 2 innings. 6 up, 6 down, all strikeouts. Here's the 1-1 pitch from Jace. Just missed low, and the count 3-1.
28. Yeah. And the count's 1.
The deepest count Bachman has gone to any batter so far today. Here's the wind in, the 3-1 pitch, and a called strike at the belt, and the count full, 3 balls, 2 strikes.
29. You're right.
How do they know?
Here's the payoff pitch, and low and away, and Upson with the leadoff walk.
Wait, he hit it.
No, he and it's 30 pitches.
Oh, he hit it.
No, he has.
Jaron Lubers comes to the plate, the second baseman for the Bulldogs. He'll bat from the right-hand side. Caden Upson, the runner at first base. McCormick will hold him on. First pitch in there for strike 1 to Lubers.
Because they're supposed to be getting the ball from.
Right. We don't want them to score any runs. Right.
Bachman from the stretch looks over at the runner. Here's the 0-1 pitch. That stayed high for ball 1. 1-1 to count.
He called that a ball. He didn't think that was a good pitch.
When you call that ball, even though it was even a pitch.
Yeah. He has a better view. There's another ball.
And that one's low for ball 2. 2-1 to count to Jaron Lubers.
What is that guy's
Warm, windy day here at Laux Park in Lakin, but we are playing baseball. 2-1 pitch in at the belt for strike two. 2-2 the count. Baseball for the Bronx has been a long time coming with the 2020 season wiped out because of COVID-19. Here's the 2-2 pitch from Jace. Just missed low and away, and the count full for the second batter in a row. Bronx outfield playing straight away and about halfway. Bachman, quick check of the runner. The payoff pitch swung on and missed, and Luber's down on strikes for one away. Strikeout number 7 for Bachman here this afternoon. Brings up Gilberto Duran, the shortstop. Runner at first, now 1 out here in the top of the third. First pitch to Duran, low and outside for ball 1. One 1-0 pitch, in at the knees for strike 1. Count even, 1 ball, 1 strike. Joe Mitchell in the on-deck circle. Bachman's 1-1 pitch. That's fouled off the lid of the catcher, Cade Lovelady. Count 1 ball, 2 strikes. One on, 1 out. We're in the top of the third. Bronx lead at 5-0. If you're just joining us, Bronx with 2 runs in the first, 3 more in their half of the second inning. Bachman looks over at the runner. That is Caden Upson. Led off the inning with a walk. And a swing and a miss for strike 3 and 2 away in the inning. That'll bring up Joe Mitchell, the catcher for the Bulldogs. Mitchell, a strikeout victim, looking to lead off the ball game. Looking for his first hit of the day. Bulldogs looking for their first hit of the afternoon. Bachman throwing from the stretch. And a strike called on the outside corner. 0-1 to count. And that pitch was outside for ball 1. 1-1 now to Joe Mitchell. Bachman from the stretch, swing and a miss. And Mitchell down in the count now, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Bachman looking in for the sign, a quick glance of the runner at first. Here's the 1-2 pitch, and taken for strike 3. And Mitchell down on strikes for the second time today. And that'll do it for the Bulldogs in their half of the inning. Bulldogs, no runs on no hits. They leave a base runner and no Bronx errors. So after 2.5, the score remains Bronx 5 and the Bulldogs 2. We're going to take a timeout. When we come back, we'll have the bottom of the third inning for you right here on LakinSports.com. Thanks for joining us on this afternoon. Hope you're enjoying it. We'll be back right after this.
They said this place was too isolated to call home. They said it was too remote to build a community. And then one day, a farmer strung a copper wire from one fence post to another and changed everything. We didn't build the communities of Southwest Kansas. No, we just brought them together.
Pitching change made for the Bulldogs as we go to the bottom of the third inning. Caden Upson will go from first over to the mound, and Gunnar Upson, the starting pitcher, he'll go to first base for the Bulldogs. Lawson Beamer will lead it off for the Bronx. Will be followed by Bodie McCormick and Kate Lovelady. And if anybody gets on, we'll be back to the top of the lineup with Hunter Davis. Gunnar Upson giving up 5 runs, 5 hits. Bulldogs with 2 errors behind him. As is customary here at Laux Park, a couple golf carts out in the outfield watching the ball game. Show me a baseball park in America that they can play golf and watch baseball at the same time.
That's right. Or work at CIG and watch. Or energy transfer or whatever.
So are you getting to something there, Kim?
No, not at all.
You know, I have probably watched a game or two from over at work across the fence, but that was years ago because I've been up here for the last 14. So, you know, it's I guess for 11 years I might have been able to stand over in the parking lot over there and watch till I got off work and could come to the game. But yep, I think it's great, especially when you get to deeper in the season. We've had some postseason games. I mean, that fence was lined with golf carts, but this is pretty cool. I tell you what, Laux Park is a very historical ballpark, and a lot of history and a lot of great ball players have played here. Speaking of Laux Park, let's look at the dimensions. 353 down the left field line. It's 380 to straightaway center, and just 300 feet down the right field line. But believe me, that 300 feet today is going to play more like 360. It would take a poke to get it out here today with this wind. Lawson Beamer comes to the plate, batting from the right side. First pitch from Caden Upson is low for ball 1. Beamer, a strikeout victim, his first time up. Looking for his first hit on this young season. Season opener for the Bronx and the Bulldogs. Here this afternoon, game 1 of 2. Here's the wind and the 1-0 pitch. Stayed upstairs. 2-0 the count to Lawson. Coach Steve Davidson up the third base line in the coach's box. Taylor Lovelady, a Lakin alum, in the first base, up the first base side. Taylor, a 2008 graduate of Lakin High School. Beamer ducking out of the way, and that's ball 3. Coach Davidson in his 25th year at the helm of the Bronx, the only coach the Bronx have known. It's a 3-0 count to Lawson Beamer. Caden Upson on in relief of starter Gunnar Upson. Here's the 3-0 pitch. And that's inside for ball 4. Beamer with the leadoff walk. That'll bring up Bodie McCormick. For the Bronx in their history, if my count is right, Coach Davidson with 363 wins and 150 losses. So a good 25-year career for the Bronx skipper. Bodie McCormick swing with the strike 1. Lawson Beamer a short lead at first. Gunnar Upson, the first baseman, holding him close. And he's off on the pitch. McCormick taking all the way, but Beamer will steal it easily. 0-2 the count to Bodie McCormick with a runner in scoring position. Cade Lovelady on deck. McCormick batting from the right side. A strikeout victim, his first at bat.
So that's a strike. When you swing at it and miss, that's a strike.
And a breaking pitch inside. 1 ball, 1 strike to count.
That was fast.
No, that's not good. Now we're down 9-8. Softball is after 2 complete.
Softball update down in Stanton County. The Lady Broncs trailing 9-8 after 2 innings. 1-2 pitch.
Wait, am I supposed to be at 8?
Good eye by Bodie McCormick. Followed it all the way, and it was low for ball 2. 2-2 the count. Runner at second base is Lawson Beamer. Led off the inning with a walk and stole second.
Jace all the way to fifth.
Yeah, if they do chase that many, that he won't.
Check of the runner. 2-2 pitch to McCormick. And a called third strike. And McCormick down looking for 1 away. That'll bring up Cade Lovelady, the catcher. Lovelady, a strikeout victim in the second inning.
Davis on deck, Martinez in the hole.
And Hunter Davis on deck. One out in the inning. Beamer still at second. Lovelady, a high pop-up on the infield. A third baseman Diaz going back, and it will fall for a hit. A bloop single for Cade Lovelady, his first hit of the season. Beamer stayed at second base. And we're back to the top of the lineup for Hunter Davis. Davis 1 for 2. A single and a run scored in the first. Grounded out to the first baseman unassisted in the second inning. Broncs with 2 on, 1 out. We're in the bottom of the third. Broncs on top 5-0. Upson's pitch. Davis lines a shot into right field. Beamer on his way to third will be held there. Lovelady rounding third. And they've got him trapped. Beamer will come home and will score on the throwing error by the shortstop, and the runners will advance. So the Broncs get a break there. That'll go as an error, E6, on the shortstop's throw. Davis goes to second on the error. Cade Lovelady goes to third.
If he could just hit this, if he can hit this, that guy can get him.
Are we 11? Are we good? 10. 11. No, we are 11. That one.
That brings up Alan Martinez.
That was the number 11.
Martinez 1 for 1. He walked and scored in the first, singled and scored in the second. Has 2 runners in scoring position here and takes the first pitch high for ball 1.
I can't give him RBI for that, can I? You said ball 1? Okay.
Yeah, high for ball 1. Martinez bats from the right side. And takes that one inside for ball 2. Jace Bachman waiting on deck for the Broncs. Caden Upson looks in for the sign. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Fouled straight back. 2-1 to count.
Strike 14, yes. That is right.
Game 1 of this High Plains League season opening doubleheader. Broncs and the Bulldogs.
And break, yes. That is why they put that there.
Well, why are those things there and it's not
Upson looking in for the sign. Quick check of the runners. Here's the 2-1 pitch to Martinez, and it's to the backstop. Lovelady up the line and will slide in safely. Lovelady scoring on the wild pitch. As Hunter Davis moves to third. And the count goes to 3-1 to Alan Martinez.
15, okay.
Wait, her only does it if it's a strike?
And with that run, the Broncs extend their lead to 7-0.
She puts one up every time.
3-1 to count to Alan Martinez.
That's those two. A strike or a ball.
And then she puts out how many runs are scored and stuff like that.
Upson from the stretch. Checks Davis at third. And that pitch inside for ball 4. Martinez heads to first. Bronx have him at the corners for Jace Bachman. Bachman officially 1 for 1. A 2-run double in the first. He walked and scored in the second. And has a chance to add to the Bronx totals here in the third. Runners at the corners, 1 out. Martinez a huge lead at first. And goes on the pitch. Snagged by Mitchell on the 1-hop. And Alan Martinez at second base with the stolen base. 1-0 the count to Jace. Breaking pitch right down the middle from Caden Upson. Nice pitch there. Evens the count, 1 ball, 1 strike.
That was a pretty pitch. I bet he wishes he could have that one back again. So he could smack that ball. Nobody's going to go over the fence today, I don't think.
Upson looks in, the 1-1 pitch. Blown outside, blocked by Mitchell. Keeping the runners where they're at. And the count 2-1. Matt Morgan on deck. Like to see Bachman keep this inning alive. Morgan swinging the hot bat so far for the Bronx. He's 2 for 2.
Not very often, but sometimes.
2-1 pitch from Upson. Breaking ball stayed high for ball 3. 3-1 now.
Yep, 20. And you strike out 20. Okay.
The 3-1 pitch low and in the dirt. Gets away from the catcher, but the runners will stay put. And the walk loads them up for Matt Morgan. Second walk of the day for Jace Bachman. Bases are loaded, 1 away for Matt Morgan. Morgan with 2 singles. Drove in a run in the second. Would not want to be a left-handed hitter today with the wind blowing in from the right field corner at 20+ miles per hour. But it hasn't bothered him. 2 line shots into right field this afternoon. Takes the first pitch outside for ball 1.
Does he have to take him out? Second visit, but this is okay. I know it's just this visit to the first one.
And we've got a visit on the mound. So a timeout on the field. Caden Upson on in relief of starter Gunnar Upson.
Okay, and it's ball 1. Patricia.
Bronx with the bases loaded. There are 1 out in the inning. After the short meeting, Upson will stay on the mound for the Bulldogs. Matt Morgan up the third base line with some instructions for head coach Steve Davidson. Morgan led the team 2 years ago with a .452 average, drove in 27 that season. Steps in on from the left side. And Caden Upson from the windup now. And that's inside as Morgan ducks out of the way. 2-0 the count. Davis at third, Martinez at second, Jace Bachman the runner at first, bases loaded, 1 out in the third. Pitch stayed high to Morgan, and it's 3-0. Braden Fisher waits on deck. Here's the 3-0 pitch, and that's ball 4. Morgan will be credited for an RBI with the bases loaded walk as Hunter Davis trots across the plate. And the Bronx add to their total. They lead it now 8-0. Bases remain loaded for Braden Fisher. Fisher 0 for 2. Struck out in the first, reached on an error by the left fielder in the second inning. And Fisher with a line shot up the third base line, foul. Strike one. For the second time in 3 innings, the Bronx have had the bases loaded, had opportunities to blow this game wide open. They do lead at 8-0. Still with a grand opportunity here. Here's the 0-1 pitch. And that stayed high for ball 1. 1-1 to count. It's 1-1. Upson with the sign. Here's the 1-1 pitch to Fisher. And that stayed high for ball 2. 2-1 to count. Here's the wind and the 2-1. Fisher pops it up in foul territory. Mitchell off with the mask. And it'll fall foul for strike 2. Wind is still whipping here at Laux Park. Probably 20 miles an hour when we started. It's every bit of probably 30 right now. Time out at the plate. Fisher backs out. Fisher back to the box. Caden Upson on the hill. Here's a 2-2 pitch. Just missed him inside, but the count goes to 3-2. So the count is full. Bases are loaded with Bronx here in the bottom of the third. From the windup, second baseman on the bag, but from the windup, he's not going to that bag. And that's ball 4. Fisher with an RBI with the bases loaded walk. As another run trots across.
Stepping up to the plate is number 5, Ty Davidson. Beamer on deck.
Still just one out here in the third as the Bronx trot another one across. Brings up Ty Davidson, the 9th batter to come to the plate for the Bronx in the inning. Davidson takes low and outside for ball 1. Davidson 0 for 1 with a walk and a strikeout. Caden Upson looks in for the sign from Mitchell. And that's inside for ball 2. 2-0 the count. Bachman at third. Morgan at second. Fisher the runner at first base. 2-0 count to Davidson. Here it comes. And that's high and over his head for ball 3. Upson looks in for the sign. Here's the 3-0 pitch to Ty Davidson. And Ty taking all the way, takes it for strike 1. 3-1 now the count.
35 strikes.
1 pitch. And here it comes from Upson. Davidson with a high pop-up into shallow right center. Center fielder coming in, gloves it as Bachman tags at third and will score. An RBI sacrifice fly by Ty Davidson.
RBI sacrifice fly by Ty Davidson. Number 12, Lawson Beamer steps up to the plate. McCormick on deck. Lovelady in the hole.
Jace Bachman scoring on the play. Makes the score now 10-0 in favor of the Bronx. And now 2 outs in the inning.
So I bet you're both right. What happened?
I believe that was a balk call.
Oh, okay. And that counts as doesn't count as a pitch.
No.
Because it's not a ball or a strike. Okay.
Wait, I don't have to.
You don't have to do anything, no. I didn't even know he was on the mound.
Lawson Beamer back to the plate for his second time in the inning. Led it off with a walk.
Throws here to Lawson.
And that's a strike call on the outside corner. 0-1 to count to Lawson.
Yeah, there's 2 kids.
Bronx with 5 across in the inning.
And then they get quarters. You know, if you go get foul balls, you get a quarter. Serious. We may have to pay you to do this work so you'll
Pitch to Beamer.
listen out on all those quarters.
And takes it at the bell for strike 2.
Did you write that one down?
0-2 the count.
What was that call?
Strike.
Morgan at third, Fisher at second. We've got 2 outs in the bottom of the third. No 2 pitch, low and outside for ball 1.
39.
After 3 innings in Stanton County, the Lady Bronx down 11-10 in their season opener against the Lady Trojans.
No, we're at 10. Lady
Here's the 1-2 pitch. Beamer with a high fly ball up the left field line. If it's
Stay in.
and it stays fair and will roll into the corner.
That is far.
Morgan scores. Fisher scores. Beamer on his horse going to third, and they're going to wave him. Beamer around third, and a stand-up inside the park home run.
Lawson Beamer with the stand-up home run.
All 3 of them got there
Yeah.
before they even threw.
Lawson Beamer with the 3-run inside the park home run.
Wait, that's good.
That's really good, yes.
Bodie McCormick steps into the
And
batter's box.
He hit that
Oh,
way up.
Lovelady on deck.
always
Davis
good
in the
at
hole.
Did you count that? So is that 40?
And with those 3 runs, the Bronx now extend their lead to 13-0.
Wayne Bitter
If we
a
score 2 more, if this game's over.
Brings up Bodie McCormick. Nobody on, 2 outs here in the 4th. First pitch low and outside for ball 1. McCormick 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts.
That was very far. That was actually kind of far.
Lawson Beamer launching a 1-2 pitch into the left field corner for an inside the park 3-run home run.
And he could just jog, but he's a fast striker.
Upson looking in, and McCormick backing out of the way. It's 2-0.
Wait, just 2.
Cade Lovelady waits on deck.
2 more runs. We have to cross home plate.
The 11th batter to come to the plate for the Bronx in this inning.
Yep, that base is called home base or home plate.
Caden Upson
2 more of our purple guys to cross over.
looking in for the sign. Here's the 2-0 pitch to McCormick, and that's high for ball 3.
And we do have 2 outs because of the sacrifice, yeah. 2 outs, so we have to score 2 runs before we have 3 outs. And then this game's over.
If we can get 2 runs.
Yeah, we got to get 2 runs.
Upson the sign from Mitchell, the 3-0, and McCormick taking all the way. Count goes 3-1. Bronx with 2 in the first, 3 in the second, and they've added 8 more here in the third.
Yeah, he's a new pitcher for this. It still is just the 3rd inning. I don't know how come.
And Bach and McCormick with the 2-out walk.
And I don't know what happened to your inning, but it went to 4 instead of 3.
Those of you that actually pay attention to our scoreboard, please bear with me. It's a new one this year. So it looks pretty good. I don't like where it's positioned on our screen, but which I guess it's not in the action, but I wish it was up in a corner. But just downloaded it yesterday. But going to YouTube during the basketball season, we went with a lot of different new stuff, and I need Jared back because he knows how to run this stuff better than me.
I think you're doing a wonderful job.
Oh, Kim, you're too kind.
Short, mister.
Yeah, you're too kind. Maddox Beltran in to run for Bodie McCormick. Maddox the runner at first, 2 outs. Cade Lovelady 1 for 2. His first hit coming earlier in the inning, and he also scored. And a roller back to the mound. Upson on the short hop, throws it over to first in time, and that'll do it for the Bronx in the 3rd inning. Play going 1-3 on the play. For the Bronx in that inning, that half inning, they come up with 8 runs. On 3 hits. And I'm looking for errors. There was 1 error for the Bulldogs. So 8 runs on 3 hits. They strand a base runner. And 1 Syracuse error. After 3 complete, the score, Lakin 13 and Syracuse nothing. We'll take a timeout. And when we come back, we'll be in the top of the 4th inning. Bronx lead at 13-0. We'll be back right after this.
The Lakin Recreation Commission has a full fitness room with 5 treadmills, tread climber, rowing machine, 3 elliptical fitness cross trainers, 2 stationary bikes, and strength training fitness equipment. You'll find just what you need for your own quality workout. The fitness room is open for the public's use free of charge during business hours. For use after business hours, Lakin Rec also has a keyless entry system available. The Lakin Rec Commission, always involved with the youth of Lakin, 702 North Campbell, Lakin, 355-7039. The benefits are endless.
We go to the top of the 4th. Enrique Gamboa will lead it off for the Bulldogs. He'll be followed by Uriel Diaz and Luis Perez. Jace Bachman out for his 4th inning of work. And I think I've got everything updated. Top of the 4th on our scoreboard. Gamboa 0 for 1 with a strikeout, his first at bat. And takes a strike on the outside corner for strike 1. Bachman out for his 4th inning of work. Check swing. He checked. The ball was that a strike? Did he call that a strike? He didn't.
I didn't look. He'll tell us. He's pretty good about that.
And that pitch is high.
Okay.
2-1. Okay. So it is 2 balls and 1 strike.
My head was down. I was counting pitchers. So.
And that one fouled off. Evens the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Wasn't sure. I thought it was a check swing, but he made no indication whether it was a strike or not. 2-2 the count. Jace shaking off the signs, gets one he likes. There's a 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, and Gamboa down on strikes for the 2nd time today. And that's 1 away for Uriel Diaz.
Well, he kind of moved some people around, Matthew.
Up to the plate, number 33,
Matt Morgan moves to first base. Maddox Beltran, I believe, is in right field. He ran for Bodie McCormick. Swing and a miss to Diaz. 0-1 to count.
Wait, are you guys doing the same thing?
But he does that for so we can talk on the radio.
And a swing and a miss. Diaz down in the count, 0-2. Matt Morgan now at first base. Maddox Beltran in right field for the Bronx. Here's the 0-2 pitch. And a called strike 3 on the outside corner for out number 2. The 11th strikeout of the game for Jace Bachman. And now with 2 outs, that brings up the left fielder, Luis Perez. Bachman from the wind. Strike called on the outside corner. 0-1 to count. Bachman winds. Here's the 0-1. Fouled straight back, and the count 0-2. Nobody on, 2 outs in the top of the 4th. Bronx lead at 13-0. Syracuse has had only 1 base runner thus far. That was a leadoff walk to Caden Upson to start the 3rd. And he was stranded there after 3 straight strikeouts by Jace Bachman. Bachman with the 0-2 pitch. Breaking pitch is high. Perez ducks out of the way. 1-2 the count. Bachman's 1-2 pitch, fouled up the first base line. Count remains 1 ball, 2 strikes. Bachman gets the sign. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss as a gust of wind comes through. And that's 3 away. And the Bulldogs go in order here in the 4th. No runs, no hits, nobody left, and no Lakin errors. We go to the bottom of the 4th. Score remains Lakin 13 and Syracuse 0. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back right after this. You're watching Bronx Baseball.
A lot of action on the street today, huh, Willie?
Yep. Oh, check out the German V8.
Good car.
Auf Wiedersehen.
Ooh, 64 dream car.
At Shelter Insurance, we insure all your favorite rides.
Oh, classic convertible.
And have since 1946.
Sweet pickup. Hiya, Muggsy.
Yo.
From Hot Wheels to hybrids, we've got you covered.
Hey, mailman.
Love those shoes.
Hey, where you going?
Shelter Insurance. We're your shield. We're your shelter.
We go to the bottom of the 4th inning. Caden Upson back to the hill for the Bulldogs. Leading it off for the Bronx here in the bottom of the 4th, it'll be Hunter Davis, Alan Martinez, and Jace Bachman. And if anybody gets on, Matt Morgan. Hunter Davis, 2 for 3 on the day, 2 singles, 2 runs scored. Fif 15 for 24. So substitution for Syracuse. Caden Boatman in for Gunnar Upson. And here we go to the bottom of the fourth. Bronx lead at 13-0. Hunter Davis steps in. Davis 2 for 3 on the day with 2 singles.
Is Alan Martinez, Jace Bachman in the hole.
Davis bats from the left side. Caden Upson back to the hill for his third inning of work. First pitch is high for ball 1. 1-0 the count to the Bronx leadoff hitter. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Davis slaps it foul up to third base side, out of play. And the count 1 ball, 1 strike. Windy conditions here at Laux Park in Lakin. The winds sure know how to ruin a beautiful day. 84 degrees at first pitch, but the wind has picked up since we started at 4 o'clock. It's probably sustained at about 25 to 30 right now. Pitch swung on and missed, and Davis down in the count, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Upson looks in. And Davis, an excuse me check swing, and he'll outrun it. An infield single for Hunter Davis. And that was almost just a defensive type of swing because that ball was inside. And Hunter Davis safe at first with his. Davis with a good lead at first. Martinez taking first pitch for a strike. Upson looks over at the runner. Here's the 0-1 pitch to Martinez. And a called strike. Strike on the chalk of the left-handed batter's box.
I think the first one was a ball, right?
I've got 0-2.
You have 0-2, my bad.
But I'd have to see another pitch. I'm not positive, but I've got 0-2.
Okay, well that's what Patricia had, so I'm going to say you two are right.
And Martinez down swinging for out number 1. Brings up Jace Bachman. Bachman 1 for 1 officially. A 2-run double in the first. And walked and scored his last 2 times up.
They've only had 1 runner on base. That was base on ball.
Yeah, they're actually getting close. I think they're actually.
Pitch inside for ball 1.
Wait, did he miss that?
Yep. So 55, is that what you have?
Keep you awake at least.
Caden Upson on in relief of starter Gunnar Upson. Davis with a big lead at first base. Bachman with a line shot, fair up the third base line. Davis around second on his way to third, and they're going to round him on. Davis around third, he will score easily as Bachman strolls into second with the double. An RBI double for Jace Bachman. Bronx had another run leading 14-0. That brings up Matt Morgan. Morgan 2 for 2. 2 singles, a walk. He's driven in 2. Scored 2 runs as well. Base hit here could maybe end the ball game here in the bottom of the fourth as the Bronx lead at 14-0. Pitch by Upson. Morgan with a high fly ball to right field. Dominic Weiss going back, can't make the play, and it falls for a hit. Bachman will be waved around third and will score easily as Morgan goes to second with the double. And that's going to do it as the Bronx win it on the run rule.
That's your ball game. So that's 56.
So the Bronx with the win, with that run, they win it 14-0.
There's another game, so we can
And that is a final.
The second game of your doubleheader will be
Bronx with 2 runs on 3 hits in that inning. No Syracuse errors.
I don't have it.
And the Bronx will win it easily by the score of 15-0. We're going to take a quick timeout. When we come back, we'll have the game totals. What we're going to do is we'll end this broadcast in between here, and then we'll get set to restart for game number 2. But we're going to take a quick timeout. When we come back, I'll tell you what we're going to do. We've got a basketball laundry list of all the great sponsors here on LakinSports.com. We're going to take a 2.5-minute timeout. It may say Bronx basketball, believe me, but we're in baseball season. But I do want to mention all of the great sponsors that make LakinSports.com possible. We'll be back right after this.
LakinSports.com is proud to serve Lakin High School with streaming video coverage of the Lakin Bronx and Lady Bronx sporting events. During these trying times, Brett and Sandy Hendricks are extremely proud to be able to bring Lakin High School sports to Lakin fans via the internet. Of course, without the continued support of the sponsoring businesses, LakinSports.com would not be able to bring you Lakin High School sports. A big thanks goes out to Farm Bureau Financial Services of Lakin, the Agency of Lakin and Garden City, Flashbacks Diner, the Lakin Bronkbackers, Lakin Drug, Shelter Insurance Gwen Wechter, the Lakin Recreation Commission, Pioneer Communications of Southwest Kansas, Hendricks Welding Brad Hendricks, along with Lakin Hay, the Golden Plains Credit Union, D. Bach Metals Dwayne Bachman, and Casey's General Store, as well as the Kearney County Bank and the Garden City State Bank. Please patronize our sponsors and be sure to tell them thank you for bringing you Lakin High School sports on LakinSports.com. Back we go now to the voice of the Lakin Bronx and the Lakin Lady Bronx, Mr. Brett Hendricks.
And welcome back to Lakin Bronx Sports YouTube, LakinSports.com. I want to thank J.D. Ham for cutting that laundry list of all the great sponsors here on LakinSports.com. We also want to send out a shout out to one of our sponsors too. They didn't really want any ads or any fanfare, but I do want to send a shout out. I want to thank the Ryder Ranch for their contribution to LakinSports.com and Lakin Bronx Sports YouTube. Let's look at the totals. The Bronx, 15 runs on 11 hits. They stranded 5 base runners and committed no errors. For the Bulldogs, no runs, no hits. They stranded 1 and committed 3 errors. The losing pitcher for Syracuse, Gunnar Upson, giving up 5 runs in his first 2 innings of work. And the winning pitcher for the Bronx, Jace Bachman, 1-0 on this young season. 4 innings pitched, no runs, no hits. He did issue 1 walk and struck out 12. Bronx 1-0 on this young season, and they'll look to make it a sweep when we come back here in about 20 minutes. But like I said, we're going to sign off of this broadcast, and we will start another broadcast up here in about 15 to 20 minutes, probably 15 minutes, and we'll have game number 2 for you. So once again, the Bronx win it by the score of 15-0. We're going to take a break, and we'll be back with you here, in about 15 minutes for game number 2 here at Laux Park in Lakin.